Hi everybody and welcome to the Anfield Eye. My name is Mal and we are going to discuss all things Liverpool, especially all things the Community Shield tomorrow on Sunday at Wembley. Alright, it's that time again. The Community Shield is upon us, and yes, it's the one trophy that's basically football's version of a pre-season flex. But try telling that to Arne Slot, who's treating this like a Champions League final. Liverpool are heading to Wembley to face Crystal Palace, who somehow won the FA Cup and now think they're ready to take on the Premier League champions. Bless them. They will give us a good fight, but I'm hoping that the result is going to go Liverpool's way. We've got new kits, we've got new signings, and possibly a new goalkeeper who doesn't punch crosses into orbit. Alisson's back, Van Dijk's recovered, and Hugo Ekitike might just make his Wembley debut, unless he gets lost in the Wembley tunnel. And with Darwin Núñez off to do medicals in Saudi Arabia, it's officially chaos season. So grab your popcorn, your overpriced away kits, and settle in, because this match might be more dramatic than a VAR check in stoppage time. And hey, if you love transfer drama, match previews, tactical breakdowns, and the occasional Darwin Núñez meme, then subscribe to the Anfield Eye YouTube channel. It's basically a no-brainer. We're like your mate who's always got the inside scoop, except we don't disappear on the group chat. And therefore, another thing I'd like you to do is follow us on Twitter, or now as it's called X, because again we have all the latest transfer drama, match previews, and tactical breakdowns. The Anfield Eye is a fairly new challenge for me, but I am constantly putting up videos, and I think these videos you will enjoy, because I am always putting up information and news about Liverpool and everybody seems to enjoy it. Now, deep dive, what's happening at Liverpool? An exciting weekend ahead. Football is finally back. Yes, people, football has been on a break. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards have been very, very busy. But what is going on at Liverpool right now? So on the website we have Crystal Palace and Liverpool team news. We've got Liverpool and Adidas celebrating a record breaking start to new partnerships, but this video is specifically about the Community Shield. So everything that you need to know about the Community Shield 2025. The match is scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m. on Sunday. It will be live on TNT Sports. Matchday Live will begin at 2 p.m. on LFC TV and all red videos. There's also free live audio commentary. You can connect on TalkSport. I'm sure BBC Radio 5 is also going to be in on the act. You can also watch extended highlights. Most likely that will be on ITV or the BBC. Check your local listings. Will the game go to extra time and penalties? If the match is level at 90 minutes, it will go straight to penalty shootout. I think that's a good idea. You don't really want the players to play 120 minutes and be burnt out. It's not really much of a season opener if you've got a couple of players that are injured because they've been playing for 120 minutes. No extra time will be played. Very good. Who are the match officials? The referee will be Chris Kavanagh. The assistants will be James Mainwaring and Wade Smith. The fourth official, Tony Harrington. Please do a good job if there is VAR. Oh, the VAR ref, Paul Tierney. Okay. And then the assistant VAR is Nick Hopton. How many substitutes can be used? Each club can name 9 players as substitutes, of which 6 may be used. So not 5 substitutes, 6 substitutes to be used. I expect the Liverpool team that's going to finish the match is going to be very, very different to the team that starts the match. Liverpool, what kit will they be wearing? Well, they are going to be wearing their new Adidas 2025-26 away kit. And that is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. It looks pretty impressive. Crystal Palace will most probably be in their stripy blue and red stripes top. What is the Reds' record in the fixture? Well, Liverpool have competed in 24 Community Shields, and they've won 16 times. The Reds most recently participated in 2022 when they beat Manchester City 3-1 at the King Power Stadium in Leicester. By contrast, this will be the first time Palace have been involved in a community charity shield. Interesting. Okay, what does Arne Slot have to say about the match? Well, he had a press conference yesterday and he came across and gave us a lot of information when he was asked a question on the impact of Diego Jota's tragic passing and the tributes that have since been paid. First of all, the tragedy impacted us all, but again it impacted far more his children, his wife and parents, but it impacted us as well. Definitely the tributes have been done since. We are all very emotional and impressive. Every time we were somewhere, it started off in Preston and in Asia as well, it's been emotional but impressive as well. On the striking options that he has available, on whether they will change before the close of the transfer window, so that was a kind of slide question that had Alexander Isak in there, just to get Arne Slot some feedback on that. There are a lot of questions, as you know from me, and I think every manager works like this. You never talk about players that are not yours. I can talk about Hugo Ekitike, who we signed recently and has done really well until now, and we are happy with the squad we are having and there is every reason to be happy about that because we won the league last season. Okay, players left, but we have brought players in as well, and youngsters are doing good. At this moment in time, Darwin Núñez might indeed leave, but things are not signed yet, so you need to wait maybe a few days before that is completely done. But there is indeed a chance he is going to leave. He was asked a question on whether the squad needs another centre half. What you just said, Ryan Gravenberch, Robertson and Endo can definitely play there as well. You forgot to mention Joe Gomez. Unfortunately, he has a minor injury at the moment, but he will be back with the team very soon. We still have numerous options that can play there, but what I always say, it's the same boring answer as well as with players that we might bring in or not. I'm really happy with the players we are having, and we have numerous players that can play in that position. When asked a question about the chance to secure the first trophy of the season, it's nice if you can start the season with a chance of winning something. Normally you have to play numerous games before you can win something, if it's the League Cup, FA Cup, let alone the Premier League or the Champions League. Normally you win something at the end of the season. Now we have a chance to win something at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, we face a very good Crystal Palace that have been very difficult to win against us because we played 1-1 against them in the last game of the season. They showed in the last final and even in the semi-final, by the way, as well, how difficult it is to win a one-off game against them. I think most of the players that they have are still there, so even more reason to know what a difficult team it is to play against. On supporting Rio and Guma's development and handling the spotlight after his goals in pre-season, that is sometimes also difficult, and you never know how an individual handles that situation. It was a year ago that Trainioni scored a goal, I think against Seville, when he was maybe 17, very young. They have an incredible chance to work and be every day around players like Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah and all these others who see what they do to be ready to perform every 3 days. That is a step these players definitely have to make, which is completely normal. If you are 16 or 17, it's already nice if they can play once a week at a good level. We just try to develop them as best we can. We also have to take care of them because new players that come in that are 24, 23 and 22 already experienced that the intensity levels are quite high either during the games or in training sessions, let alone for players that are 16 and coming through the academy. We are well aware of that, but it's been a promising start from him, like for Trainioni as well, because I think Trey has also played a very good game at Anfield against Athletic Club 3 days ago. But I really want to see more of Rio this season. I think he's ready to go. I think he really would be very exciting playing alongside Mo Salah. So on the attacking depth in the squad and the use of senior attackers last season, I don't know what senior players exactly means. Does that mean that you play for your country or you have a certain age? Because a player like Rio showed in the last few games he played for us that at that senior level he can have an impact as well. I think we already have a lot of attacking power in our team. When I think about Cody Gakpo, Chiesa, Ekitike, Salah, Frimpong, who can play as a right winger, and Wirtz, who can play as a left winger, I also feel I have a lot of attacking options in my current squad. But as always, as a club, we are always looking at the chances in the market. But that can also be in the middle or in the last line. And finally, he was asked on whether he has been shaping his squad with the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations in mind. Remember, we are going to lose Mo Salah for approximately 6 games, depending on how well Egypt do in AFCON. And his reply was, yes, we definitely thought about it. We brought in Jeremy Frimpong because we think he can play at right fullback, but I also think and feel he can play as a right winger. We think about the fact that we're going to miss Mo, I think as a maximum for 6 games, but that's quite a lot in the Premier League, especially if you see how well he did last season. Signing Frimpong was for multiple reasons, but one of them was also that he could replace Mo if Mo is not there. There are other options for me to replace Mo with as well, but Jeremy is definitely one of them. So there you have it, a summary of the press conference from Arne Slot and what his plans are against Crystal Palace, and then we do have a little bit of team news as well. So regarding Alexander Becker, he has rejoined the Red squad ahead of Sunday's fixtures, and so hopefully he will be starting for Liverpool tomorrow. Van Dijk was also back in training this week. The captain has been absent for Monday's friendly doubleheader with Athletic Club with illness. Connor Bradley will most likely not make it, and Arne Slot said it would be tight for the Northern Ireland international to return in time to face Palace. Joe Gomez remains sidelined but is nearing a comeback, and Alexis McAllister is in contention, though not ready to play 90 minutes. So I expect McAllister to play maybe 20, 30 or 40 minutes. McAllister will be in the squad, said Slot. He was out for 2 months, I think, or longer, because we didn't play him in the last 4 games of the season. He trained with us since a week now, played 30 minutes and 45 minutes. So that's not a situation where you would like to start a player, play him for 90 minutes. Starting is possible, but definitely not for 90 minutes. Unfortunately, Gomez has a minor injury and he will be out. Ryan Gravenberch is available to feature, with his suspension for a sending off against the Eagles on the final day to be served when AFC Bournemouth visit Anfield in the Premier League next week. On the challenge posted by Palace, Slot said they do threaten in multiple ways: counter-attack, set pieces, long balls to Mateta. Right, Czech Tukuri, Matthias Franca, Caleb Forha and Edin Nketiah are sidelined. That's quite a number of people that are sidelined for Crystal Palace. Maybe the players overexerted themselves in the pre-season friendlies, or maybe they were carrying these injuries following on from last season. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have team news, we have the press conference from Arne Slot, and we also have a very, very exciting match to look forward to tomorrow. What do you think the score is going to be? Do you think Liverpool are going to win? Is it going to be a tight draw? Or do you think Crystal Palace may actually nick a goal and Liverpool miss multiple chances? We don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.